When we started IndianWildlifeClub.com in 2000, we were just two of us, me and Jyotsna. Jojo helped us market the website, got us our first 1,000 subscribers or so, and she was with us for almost slightly over a year, after which she started pursuing a career of her own in nature and wildlife. And today she is a well-known, internationally well-known global travel writer with her own blog, which is read widely all over the world. It's called Wander with Jo. Now over to Jo for hearing more about her travel adventures.
Thank you, Dr. Susan. So it is a pleasure to be here and meeting you after a very long time. It was lovely working with you back in 2000. I remember I had just started college at that time, and I had always been fascinated about wildlife. So it was a great opportunity to start somewhere and just learn about the wildlife in India and how you can promote it and spread awareness about conservation. And Dr. Susan has been on it as a passion project of hers since over 2 decades now, which is really commendable for something that is a passion project. You have to be really passionate about conservation to actually take it forward for so long. And she has been doing a great job, and thank you for having me here. And yes, what would you like to know about my travels?
Yes.
Hi Jyotsna.
Hello,
Nice
Mr.
meeting you
Sinha.
after so many years.
I know, it's been a pleasure.
I have continued to be part of the Team IndianWildlifeClub, and it was so nice to know you while you were working for Indian Wildlife Club. And it's even more satisfying to see you have grown so much and having become independent. You achieved recognition nationally and internationally, and travel, environment, wildlife, all three of them have remained your passion.
But in my very own small way, I try to spread awareness about wildlife, and I try to promote eco lodges and environment-friendly lodges, and try to reduce my carbon footprint, and as much as I can avoid single-use plastic, things like that, which are a major concern right now. And everyone thinks that one person doing something will not make a difference. If I don't have a half a liter of plastic water today, it will not make a difference. That's what people think. Like, एक जने के करने से कुछ नहीं होगा. But ऐसे ही अगर if we keep thinking like that, तो फिर कुछ नहीं होएगा. So we need to spread awareness about these things, because a lot of people are still thinking it's okay and chalta hai, but we need to change that. And whatever I can do while I'm traveling, and especially while I'm doing wildlife tourism, like going to national parks in India or Africa, I will definitely try to stay with lodges who are eco-friendly, who are not using plastic bottles and things like that. So, and then as a passionate traveler, I try to combine these things, like trying to help animals as well as travel and see new places. So once I even volunteered in Borneo, and it was like a small bar, and I like to drink, so it combines all my passions. So I was working in a bar where 50% proceeds went towards orangutan conservation. So it was a good deed, and I'm traveling and seeing new places in Borneo. I saw more national parks, and I saw those rehabilitation centers for orangutans and everything. So I got to do that experience, a new country, living in a new country, as well as helping the people there and the conservations going on. So it was really interesting. So I tried to mix travel with things like that, and it has been a great journey so far.
Very nice to know that you.
Yes. I mean, anyone can do this. Even in India, Africa, there are so many ways to volunteer. There are sites like Work Away where you can just register and pay something, a small amount for a year subscription, and then you can register yourself as a volunteer, and you can see the opportunities if animal welfare is your cup of tea. Then you look at animal welfare across the world, like with turtles in Costa Rica, or with wild animals, tracking animals in Africa, taking care of animals, things like that. So you can do whatever your passion is, and you can just help in your small way as well as travel and see the world. So I think it's all possible, and it can go hand in hand.
How do you connect with your followers?
Connect with them like through social media, through blog. Just with the blog I always write in a very friendly way, like I'm talking to a friend. No fancy magazine words, no fancy jargon. It's very basic, like I'm talking to you right now. So very layman language, kind of personalized touch on the blog and social media. I think people relate to that. They see it's a person who's traveling. It's not just a travel website or someone writing about some place they have never been. It is very personal.
What do you call your blog?
Wonder with Joe.
Wander with Joe.
Yeah, WANDER. Wonder with Joe.
Very good. Yeah. That's a nice name.
Yes. You should check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Recently I just came back from 3 months across Central and South America, and I made it a point to go to birding spots, because like Costa Rica, it has been on my bucket list since I could remember, because every time I go to wildlife lodges around the world and meet naturalists and birders, everyone is always talking about Costa Rica. And now I could, just last month, I could finally go to one of my dream destinations and go for birding, and all the birds were new there. It was all a new experience, not even the mena or pigeons, nothing is the same. It's all new species, and the birds are so colorful. I had a blast. Lovely, dense rainforest. So I think it's amazing for nature lovers and birders. You just go to Costa Rica, have fun.
Yeah. What is it that you like about the way conservation is done in some of the African countries or some parts of the West?
I think everyone.
What do you like about the initiatives that those people have started?
I think everyone is kind of struggling in this department, because there are not many people willing to help, and not many people like Dr. Susan who are spreading awareness and doing it consistently. People might do it for money, or they might do it for passion for a short time, but just sticking to it and then keeping on the efforts is what it takes, what Dr. Susan is doing consistently. But I don't think there are a lot of people who are doing that. So there's a lot of gap in conservation across the world.
So you do believe that websites like IndianWildlifeClub.com have a role?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, big role in spreading awareness, because no one knows about a lot of things, about conservation or how they can help. Simple things, a lot of people want to help, but they don't have the money. They don't want to donate money, or they don't know where it's going or how it is being used. But they can help in other ways. They can help by volunteering their time. So, all of these things people don't know. And platforms like IndianWildlifeClub.com, they just bring all of these gaps, and you just questions are answered. People don't know how to do things and how they can help, and clubs like this, groups like this help.
How do you decide on a destination?
Well, nature is number one. I will see if there are any national parks, any good hikes, any birding opportunities, and of course I think for safaris it's mostly only Africa or India for me, but there are other aspects apart from wildlife which I also enjoy, just like beaches, jungles, mountains, nature and outdoors. So anything I can do, sitting in the sun here outside, is good. I don't like anything to do with indoors or museums and things like that. So I choose based on that.
Have some of your followers expressed the desire to start accompanying you on some of your trips?
Yes. Almost all the time everyone is telling me that we want to join you, or let's do a trip together, and take me along with the next trip. Yeah, it happens.
Do you see yourself doing that going forward?
No.
No, you don't.
No. I think I enjoy my solo travels too much. Even too much to even take my friends along with me. So And I like to meet strangers on the road and hear their stories and meet locals and know about their culture and how they live. And I feel whenever you're in a group, you're kind of like stuck to your group and you don't really get to, explore and talk to locals and make new friends and also be out of your comfort zone. So I prefer traveling alone.
And by now, how many countries have you already covered?
So this year I visited my 40th country, which was Cuba.
40th?
Yes.
That's a large number.
Well, I also, because I don't count countries, I keep going back to places I like. Like I spent 2 years in Indonesia, like on and off. And I've been to like maybe Thailand 15 times. So also because it's easy for Indians to just go to Thailand. So I keep repeating places, but yes, now I want to see more of this beautiful world. Maybe new countries this year.
And how are you keeping track for yourself? Are you fond of photography? Are you doing videos while you are traveling? How do you document it for yourself?
So photos and videos both, but primarily photos. Because with videos you have to carry the equipment, like everything, the microphone, the tripod, the big camera, and of course a few SDs, SD cards and things like that. So there's a lot of equipment, and for someone who likes to backpack and just take a backpack and go, it's hard to carry all that gear. So photographs mostly.
Some of your followers, even if they are not accompanying you, going to some of these places and then starting writing back to you, give you some feedback on those places. Is that kind of information shared?
Yes.
So that
Sometimes.
they remain interested
Mm-hmm.
in it?
Yes, sometimes it happens that if I'm reviewing a hotel or talking about a destination in particular, and or just the local guide I hired, and I always write the local guide's phone number in my blog post so that they get customers if at all there are any queries, rather than going to a big banner and clicking on it and paying 3 times the price. Just hire someone local. So whenever I do that and people have a good experience and they mention the name of the guide and they thank me for the information, because it's one, they are cheap, 2, they are local, they know the place inside out. So it has happened a few times that I got really amazing feedback from people about something I have recommended. So it feels good. It feels like someone is actually reading and following what you're doing, because some people just read for information, or some people would just skim through it. But then if someone is actually taking out a phone number from a 2,000 word blog post and calling it and booking it,
If some of the established travel magazines approach you and ask you to start writing for them, will you be game?
well, I prefer to write for myself, but if it is a good opportunity, why not?
What kind of increases?
Yeah, if it increases the exposure, and if it's a learning for me, and if it's challenging and interesting, why not? I did consider writing a book about my travel misadventures, because they have been more than my adventures, but I failed at that too. I was like, okay, no, I would better at writing short form content.
What would be your plans for the next 2 or 3 years?
Wow, that's a long time to plan for. I'm the kind of person who doesn't even know what I'm doing today. Like when Dr. Susan invited me yesterday, I was like, yeah, can I confirm today morning? Because that's how unplanned I am. So, well, this time I have my next 2-3 months plan, which is also new for me. I usually just never plan. But some of the destinations need visas, which takes a month. So there's a little bit of plan. I'm going with my parents to Kanha and Nagsira in Madhya Pradesh, because that's my favorite thing to do whenever I'm back home in India. That's one thing I always really enjoy with my parents, because we have always been wildlife lovers, me, my mom and my dad. And actually that was the initial passion towards traveling. It was only for wildlife. So that's how this passion grew from wildlife travel to traveling and experiencing other things as well. So wildlife was always first love, and that is why we keep going back to the jungles in India every chance we get.
So you were initiated very early in your childhood by your parents, and that's how.
Yes, because my dad was working as a wildlife tour operator, so it was the perfect opportunity for me and mom to just explore the jungles of India for free and meet people who are also passionate about this and learn about the birds and the sounds and the alarm calls and bug marks and tracking. So it was a very educational childhood in the jungles. I think that's how everyone should be born up, literally brought up in the jungles.
What are your three favorite destinations, the most liked destination in India?
Oh, in India, it would definitely be all wildlife parks. So number one is Corbett because it has always been like as a kid I've always been going to Corbett, and the forests are beautiful, dense trees, thick jungles, proper jungle, and for tiger sighting as well as for the jungle, I really like Kanha. So you can say those are my top two wildlife parks in India. And apart from that, I don't travel a lot within India. So, and also outside, I'm mostly traveling for wildlife and nature.
So, what are the three destinations that you would want to keep going back to abroad?
Abroad, oh, Africa for sure. I love Africa. It's amazing. I've never seen like so many animals in one place. At the density of animals, and it's really good for birding, and the nature reserves are nice. So I would love to keep going back to Africa. And apart from that, of course, Costa Rica. Even though I just got back from there, but for the amazing birding opportunities, I would love to take my parents there and do some bird watching together. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.